Shalom, giving all praise to Yahawah, Qadash. Shalom to the 144,000 and the rest of the elect out there. Shalom to you all. Anyway, I'm going to entitle this video, But Above All Things, Truth Beareth Away the Victory. Meaning truth wins. This is from 1 Ezra 3 verse 12. The third wrote, Women are strongest, but above all things, including women, truth beareth away the victory. Truth is stronger than the woman. So this is over a video that Captain Tazariak did. I didn't see the video. I saw some of the responses that certain men and apostles, elders, and so forth that put videos. I didn't even see the video, and I said I'm not even going to speak on it because they didn't cover it, and I believe that's what he was talking about based upon the precept right here, 1 Ezra 3 verse 12, and you can start from the first verse. As a matter of fact, you know what I'm going to do? Let me do this. Let me do this right here. Let me go to context. Let me bring it back. I'm sorry. Verse 12. Okay, I hit the wrong word. So this is the first wrote, wine is the strongest. The second wrote, the king is the strongest. The third wrote, women are strongest. But above all things, truth beareth away the victory. Truth is above all of them. Now when the king was risen up, they took their writings and delivered them unto him, and so he read them. So I mean, you can read the rest of this. You can read the whole chapter. And it was Zerubbabel that, matter of fact, let me do this. Let me open it. Let me open this up all the way. And bring it back. I'm going to go to chapter. Okay, it maketh the mind of the king and the father's child to be all one. Bond free. It turneth away. It turneth also every thought into jollity and mirth, and it maketh every heart rich. Okay, 13. We read this. Now when the king was risen up, he took the writings, and sending forth, he called all the princes of Persia, and this was during the time of the Medo-Persian Empire, Media, which are the Medes, Persian and Medes, and the governors and captains and the lieutenants and the chief officers, and sat him down in the royal seat of judgment, and the writings were read before them. And he said, call the young men, and they shall declare their own sentences. So they were called and came in. And he said unto them, declare unto us your mind concerning the writings. Then began the first, and had spoken of the strength of wine, and said, thus, O ye men, how exceeding strong is wine, It causes all men to err that drink it. Right, in a spiritual sense, wine is philosophies. So if you're, first of all, you got to be an Israelite. Number two, you got to be a Jake. More importantly, you got to be a Jake. But the elect are Israelites. Israelites are the elect. The elect are Israelites, but not all Israelites are the elect. Because there's an elect within the elect. It said, it maketh the mind of the king of the fatherless child to be all one, of the bondman and of the free man, the poor man and the rich man. It turns also every thought into jollity, right, when you drink, mirth, so that a man remembereth neither sorrow nor debt. That goes into Proverbs. Let him drink and forget it, remember his sorrows no more. And it maketh every rich heart rich, so that a man remembereth neither king nor governor. I don't give a damn what the king got to say. I'm gonna get my drink on. It says, and when they are in the cups, they are forgotten. Blah blah blah. O ye men, is not wine the strongest that enforceth to do thus? And when he had so spoken, he held his peace. So you got to go on to the next chapter. Then the second, I want to get to the point. Matter of fact, I'm going to do this. Let me jump the gun. And this was Zerubbabel, the governor of Babylon, which is King David. Then the third, who had spoken of women and of the truth. He said, woman is over the wine and, the king, because a woman tell the king what to do. You can read this whole account. This was Zerubbabel began to speak. O ye men, it is not the great king, nor the multitude of men, neither is it wine that excelleth. Who is it then that ruleth them, or hath the lordship over them? Are they not women? So yes, woman is a strong, Hey man, this hell that we're in, it wouldn't be bad if our women were right with us, man. Let's say we're catching all the hell that we catching the curses under Esau, but when it comes to our woman, everything's good. This shit would be this would be easy. It'd be easy work. Let's say you get locked up in the prison system, the penal system, the federal penal system. But they say, well, we got to have rights. Part of the rights of a man is to have women. So they'll get women of your choice for you to lay with. Here you are in death row, but you can get a woman anytime you want. Man, that shit, they gotta peel your hands off the fucking wall to get you out of the prison. And there's Jake that's in the prison for so long that they don't want to go out into the world because they have become institutionalized. So woman is a powerful force, but the ultimate force, and I guess he was referring to that, but the ultimate force is truth. And see, Esau, that's why he's scrambling. That's why these small hats are scrambling. That's why they're fighting wars. They shall come down upon you having great wrath, because they know they have a short time. They want to shut us down, but you can't shut us down because the Most High set us up to bring you the truth. Before this place is destroyed, before this system is destroyed, and it's being destroyed, it's going down, but ultimately it's going to go down ultimately by fire. We're telling you what's going to happen before it happens. You mean to tell me the elites and the government is not tracking what the hell we're saying? Who are these Israelites? No, they're tracking everything. That's what the whole book, the Project Megiddo, was all about. So ultimately, oh, the MOTB. You got IUIC, IUCBK, maybe certain Wi-Fi, other camps. They say, well, the MOTB is not the CHIP, it's something else. Well, ultimately, let's say it comes out that y'all right. Then that's the truth came out. The truth has been revealed. Or let's say, and it is going to come out on our behalf, that it is an actual microchip that they're going to give the whole world, right? So now y'all got to shut up. And now you got to deal with all the people that followed you, because not all of them, because some of them are complete zombies. Let's just tell it like it is. You got more zombies than you got actually Israelites, meaning Israelites is in the truth. You got a lot of people that will say they're Israelites, but they're zombies. Look up the word zombie, a reanimated corpse that takes its orders from a zombie master. I want to mention some names, but I'm not. So ultimately, when that comes out, some of you guys are going to see it and you're going to take it because your zombie master told you to take it, or do what you want to do. Do whatever you feel is right. Well, wait a minute. You got leaders to tell you what the right and the wrong, because we know from right and wrong. Malachi 3 verse 16. It says women have borne the king, and right, women are important role in this thing. And all the people that bear rule by sea and land. Yep, because without women, James Brown sung a song called "It Is a Man's World, but it wouldn't be nothing without a woman or a girl. Even of them came they, and they nourished them up that planted the vineyard, from hence the wine cometh." Because Eve means earth, it means ground. Man, the word husbandman means man, seed planter. So all men, especially Israelite men, are farmers. They farm the earth. The earth is the woman. I said these also, and that's the job of a woman. A woman is a sex symbol, an incubator, and guides the house. That's a job. That's a job. See, these women that went out and got careers and all that, guarantee you, these women that got, and I dealt with a chick who was going to get married years ago when I was stupid. And she had all kinds of degrees, and she's fucking miserable, man. She's fucking miserable. And I met other girls that had little college degrees, got little positions, and they're fucking miserable. These women that work in these offices, these presidents and CEOs, women, you know what they like to do behind closed doors with men? They like to have men dominate them because they know their spirit is to be dominated. They like to get hit with the rod of correction. And if a woman don't, leave that woman alone. She might have been a man and changed the damn sex. And when you have sex with a woman, you dominate her. She submits to you. She tell you have sex with a woman and say, "Give me this." "Oh yeah, anything you want." It says women have borne the king, and all the people that bear rule by sea and land, even of them came they, and they nourished them up that planted the vineyards, and hence the wine cometh. These also make garments for the men. Not IUIC. IUIC don't supposed to make no garments. Your women are supposed to, if anything, you're supposed to teach your woman how to sew in the IUIC, not make a whole garment factory for you, and you got to, that cuts the IUIC. That cuts the IUIC. It says, these women also make garments for men. Now, if you go back to the turn of the century, women used to do everything. They used to cook, they used to clean, they used to guide their house, And they used to make the clothes for the children, the husband, and themselves. All women during that time period was seamstress. And they didn't even know how. That whole concept of going to a store and buying clothes was really set up by the Rothschilds. And they even had to show people how to shop. They said, look, you don't got to sew no more. You don't got to be a seamstress. We got the clothes already for you. They didn't know what the hell to do. They didn't look. There were no these big department stores back in the day. There were no big department stores. There was like little stores here and there. And there were push carts, like in the city. I'm talking about in the city, the Macy's, the Gimbals. If y'all go back far, if y'all old enough, the Macy's, the Gimbals, the EJ Corvettes. What are some other ones? Those are just some of the Alexander's, EJ Corvettes, Gimbals, Macy's, Bloomingdale's. I believe Nordstrom is an old company. Those are all owned by and the EJ Corvettes means 8 Jews. It was 8 Jews that started that company, which was the big department stores. And that during that time, you didn't have big supermarkets. You had some baker. You had the milk that would deliver to you straight off the farm in the silver boxes. That's in New York every morning. And they would take the bottles. You use the milk. That was a good milk, the pure milk from a cow. And it was like hours before you got that milk. It was they just milked the cow. And they would put it in that, and they would put it in that silver box, and they would lock the box, and you come and get your milk, and then you put the empty bottles back in there, and the milkman will come along with a white truck with a cow on it, and pick up those bottles, and then come back the next day. Then somebody come and you would pay the bill. All right. So, like I said, back then, women were in the house. All women were seamstress. They all knew how to. How many women do you know how to sew? How many women among our women do you know how to cook? Them black women in the hip hop world community, these black women, Jake women out there, none of them know how to cook, man. And I'm gonna prove that. Women that I have dealt with, I'll try to. Instead, like sometimes we'll go out, I'll take them to a restaurant, then I'll say I'm gonna cook for you, just to show my cooking skills. Man, them women used to clean the goddamn plate, and they would call you, what you make today? Because these hoes don't know how to cook. These hoes don't know how to cook. They eat some of my food, at first they'll be, I don't know if he know, and then they eat the shit, this is motherfucking good. Then when you're not looking, they'll lick the plate. And like I said, they'll ask you, did you cook tonight? That's what you're supposed to do, man. So these black women are out of fucking pocket, man. So how in the hell can the black woman be the strongest? Ain't nobody going for no black woman. Ain't nobody. You got the passport bros. You got Jake in the Edomite and other Latin women and Moab and all that. And all these women of these other nations are open to Jake. It's like a spirit that's over them. The East Indian woman, the Arab woman, the Moabite woman, the Ammonite woman, the Latin woman. All these women are now craving to get with the Jake man. So we don't need the black woman. So after all, a woman is not the strongest. And really, we are the strongest, if anything, because a man is the prize. That's Isaiah 13. All right? So ultimately, the truth is above. The woman has a high up there because people, like it says, as you read on, it says, men have gone out of their wits over a woman. Men will kill for the love of a woman. Men will risk their life for a woman. So woman has a high place, and that's our weakness. Because why? Because that's our glory. Why you think you see black women now, they got super long hair, they go overboard with it. And we all know that they ain't no real hair. That's fake ass hair. That's extensions, that's weaves. But they go all out of go all the way down to their butt. You know goddamn well your hair didn't start growing like that. We know that. As so-called black men. And why do they all do that? Why did Jada Pinkett Smith, she said, oh, I got no problem, my hair going out. That was bullshit. Because the proof of that, that you was a liar, you a liar. That's what King Mo told me. He said, you are a liar, Tahar. And that's a whole nother story. But anyway, that thing where Will Smith smacked Chris Rock, because she gave him that look. Because she hated the fact that her hair was not, because she was out of order any fucking way. So what is the glory of a woman? Their hair. They like to dress a certain way. They like their house. And when a guy, anybody that becomes a multi-millionaire or billionaire, you can get a woman. Now that big mansion is for who? The woman. The swimming pool in the back for the woman. They ain't for men. The majority of these super rich men, they climb mountains and shit. They go out into the woods. They live simple. Most of these guys that are super rich, they became stoics to become super rich, and they live a stoic lifestyle. They live a stoic lifestyle. All right? Hey, High Priest Ariel lived a stoic lifestyle. He had a little one room. And I know because I've been in his room. Yahawah had one room lived upstairs to him. I know, I've been in Yahawah's room. High Priest Shah had a one bedroom. Yeshaya had a little bit bigger house because he had a family, you know. But them top leaders, man, they lived a stoic life. They lived a very simple life. You know what Proverbs 30 say about riches and poverty, right? So I'm all over the place. But ultimately, he says that woman is up there, but the victory goes to who? The truth. Where is it? Where the hell is it? No, I can't even find it. Okay, let me do this. I'm sorry. I'm in the fourth verse. It's in the third. The fourth chapter is in the third chapter. There it is. The third wrote, which is a rebel woman, are strongest, but above all things, truth beareth away the victory. In other words, the winner of this thing that's above the woman is truth. Esau's the clock is ticking on this devil. Yeah, that's a topic for you, Apostle Ramlab. The clock is ticking on this devil. And guess what? He knows it. He knows it. He knows exactly how he's going to go down by thermonuclear destruction. He knows the main nation that's going to kick it off, Gog and Magog, the Roosh. And he knows the one that's going to bring them into the battle for the whole world to hate this place, a.k.a. leave the world behind. When you watch that whole movie, Leave the World Behind, the Kevin Bacon character, the Patriot guy, he says Koreans, but maybe it's the Chinese, but they all got together. Then the brother said somebody told him about war and how war works and how they break down war. In other words, when the troops come, most of the people are already dead. And Kevin Bacon made a statement. He said, them people in the city, oh boy, I forget exactly how he said it. He said, I feel sorry for them people in the city. And all them patriots say, when all hell break loose, stay your ass out the city. What does 2nd Ezra say? 15. What does 2nd Ezra 16 say? Mainly 15, but both of them. both chapters. So Esau knows about the Apocrypha. They just, what's this guy? The guy, one of these guys died, presidential candidate, forget his damn name. They read at his funeral the Apocrypha. And they opened up to the Book of Wisdom, which is the Wisdom of Solomon. And I believe when Trump came in, they also read from the Book of Solomon. Where do you think they get that from? They got that from us. They wasn't reading from the Book of Solomon during the time of Kennedy and Nixon. They got it from us. But anyway, I'm a little all over the place. But ultimately, truth reigns supreme. So now this is what I did. I said, let me go to the word truth. Let me go to the word truth. Okay, here we go. I just put in the word truth. And then I modified and went to the Apocrypha. So I'm going to, cherry pick some of these. 2 Ezra 11:41, for the earth hath thou not judged with truth. Now that's talking about the eagle, Rome, pagan Rome. And by the way, if you're wondering, 2 Ezra chapter 11 and 2 Ezra chapter 12 has absolutely nothing to do with America. It has absolutely nothing to do with the daughter of Babylon. 2 Ezra chapter 11, because I said this before, and you got certain guys just talking about America, it's talking about Rome, it's talking about ancient pagan Rome, 2,000 years ago, so you can understand. The 12 feathers represent from Julius to Domitian. After that, Jake took over. Nerva, I always go into that, I know it by heart. Nerva was considered one of 5 emperors that were considered good emperors. Another one was Commodus. Another one was Hadrian. I mean, you can go into it. If you go into that's a whole nother lesson. If you go to Google and you put in the 5 good emperors, they'll come up and they were all Jakes. So it wasn't no Septimius Severus in 193 AD. You sound stupid when you say that. It was Septimius Severus in 193 AD. You goddamn parakeet, you. It says second Ezra 11:41, for the earth have thou not judged with truth. That's talking about the Roman rulership, the eagle with the feathered wings. The 12 wings, the 12 winged eagle, the 3 principal heads, and so forth. That's Julius. Was it Julius Cassius and Pompey? Cassius and Pompey. The one that became the prominent one was Julius. So that has nothing to do with America. So if you're talking about, that's talking about America too. No, it's not talking about America. All right. 2 Ezra 7 verse 44. It says, intemperance is at an end, infidelity is cut off, righteousness is grown, and truth is sprung up. How's truth being sprung up? Through us being on the highways and the byways doing these sit downs. That's why the Christian community, they started watching our videos, and now they're all into the precepts. They're going into root words. This is the Greek word, the etymology. They're going into maps now. So all these Christians are up in their game, so they can come and deal with us. So they get everything together, the root word for this and the root word for the Greek. Then they come up and then they get their ass whipped. Spiritually, of course. So now I looked up the word intemperance, right? Let me see where I put it. Intemperance. Okay, give me a second. Let me do this. Okay, let me do it this way. I don't know what the hell happened. Okay. Let me do it again because it add remove details. Let me do this. Intemperance. And this is how Esau rolls. He rolls with intemperance. Definition. Okay, I went to the Cambridge English Dictionary. These American dictionaries are weak. Intemperance. Definition. The action or quality of showing anger or violence that is too extreme and not well controlled. Read that again. The action or quality of showing anger or violence that is too extreme and not well controlled. That's happening right now in the news in a big way. I'm not going to say what it is. Y'all know what I'm talking about. So when Esau, when Esau does what he does, he goes overboard. He does what's called overkill. They don't just, like Jake, when they hung Jake, they didn't just bury him, give him a proper, he's dead, give him a proper burial. They'd take pictures around his dead body. They would cut his family jewels off and put it in a jar and send it to other people. Some of them, they cut their heads off and shrink their heads and put it in to preserve it. We wouldn't do no shit like that. After you're dead, you have a respect for the dead. And you say, okay, now he's dead. We're going to respectfully put him in a coffin and we're going to put him 6 feet under. Esau don't do that shit. That's why you think we call you the fucking devil? The whole world's waking up to the fact that you're the goddamn devil. Part of what you do is a thing called intemperance. You don't stop. You don't stop. I'm not going to read any more of these, but you got it right here. Okay, it says, in no wise speak against the truth, but be abashed of the error of thine ignorance. Ooh! That's all you Christians. Every last one of you black Christians that come up against us, Yahawah by Shem Yahawashi is going to destroy you. Because you came against the truth. And you're not fighting against us, you're fighting against the Father, the Yahawah by Shem Yahawashi. Read a couple more. But judgment only shall remain, truth shall stand, and faith shall wax strong. All you brothers in GMS, we don't got to look at your videos and see how you're teaching, see if you're diligent. You're already diligent. Why? Because of the spirit that jumped on you. The same spirit that jumped on Ezra's in 2nd Ezra's 14, I believe it's also, 2nd Ezra 14, the main precept, where the Most High put the spirit on Ezra's and these men to write these books. Matter of fact, let's go to that real quick. And I'm going to get ready to close. Second Esdras. That's a Greek way of saying Ezra. 14. I mean, you can start from the first verse. Yeah, this whole chapter is good. A lot of power, a lot of information. It says, for the time is fled away, and leasings is hard at hand. For now, has this the vision to come, hasteth the vision to come, which thou have seen. But look thou prepare the many box trees and take the, I'm not going to mention their names, because he was set up to give the law, right? Okay, let me go right here. So I took the 5 men as he commanded me, and we went into the field and remained there. And the next day, behold, a voice called me, saying, Ezra, open thy mouth and drink that I give thee to drink. Then opened I my mouth, and behold, he reached me a full cup, which was full as it were with water, but the color of it was fire, which represents the Spirit. Acts chapter 2. Cloven tongues as fire, and I took it and drank, and when I had drunk of it, my heart uttered understanding. He started prophesying, and wisdom grew in my breast, in my heart, which means mine, for my spirit strengthened my memory. That's why the scripture said don't meditate on what you're going to say. The spirit is going, that's why we go through the scriptures. We're constantly speaking, constantly hearing brothers speaking, precepts constantly coming at you. And my mouth was open and shut no more. In other words, he was just constantly speaking. The highest gave understanding to the 5 men, and they wrote the wonderful visions of the night that were told, which they knew not. And they sat 40 days, and they wrote in the day, and at night they ate bread. As for me, this is why you brothers are constantly doing videos. You can't help it. You can't help it. I spake in the day, and I held not my tongue by night. Certain days you might do 1 video. Other days you might do 3 or 4 videos. In 40 days they wrote 204 books. And it came to pass when the 40 days were fulfilled, that the highest spake, saying, the first that thou hast written, publish openly, that the worthy and unworthy may read it, and keep but keep the 70 last, that thou mayest deliver them only to such as be wise among the people. So is this truth equally dispensed to all the Israelites? No. For in them is the springs of understanding, the fountain of wisdom, and the stream of knowledge. So this, you can't, y'all, just, you comedic people, just forget it. Just go about your business. Vocab, just go about your business. You're not gonna show us the scripture to make us see your light, your false light, your darkness. Anyway, with that, I'm gonna say shalom.